everybody, I want to wish here. It's Tuesday, November 3rd. I guess it's election day for most people, but nonetheless, what we're going to do here, a long time ago, in our Skylanders SuperChargers introductions, we actually skipped number 4. Number 4 was the slot reserved for Turbocharge Donkey Kong. First two introductions were Hammer Slam, Dark Hammer Slam Bowser. Third introduction was Dark Turbocharge Donkey Kong. And then, as you might recall, I ordered in the Wii and 3DS starter packs from ToysRUs.com. The initial week, they had the buy one, get one 40% or something off the starter packs. And it took them like 2 weeks to get to me, or longer, I can't remember now. But that's kind of where we were at, and then at that point in time, I was already knee-deep in the blind playthrough, and we wanted to do some base upgrades and whatnot, so we got the Wii U fired up here, and we're going to jump in. Before we do that, though, I want you to pay attention at the bottom of the screen, just below the A button icon. You see that R trigger is going to be network status. They have applied the update here, and what it did is it took away the cannon that was right here at the deck of the ship. You could sort of like blast about wherever you wanted to at the Academy. So let's go ahead and hop in here. The Wii U also loads a little bit slower than the X-Bone, I've noticed, but we're gonna jump into Save Slot 1. Save Slot 2, that is the playthrough my nephew and I are doing. So I've got Bowser on the portal. We'll kind of check out the cannon. I've made a standalone video. I've tried to, and the recording keeps screwing up for some reason when I get in the cannon and use it. I don't know what the deal is, but the game doesn't screw up. It's just the recording. It's a very strange deal. I guess the good thing about the slower load times is you've got ample time to read these little, snippets on the vehicles, if you will. So. Oh, dang it, I meant to have Bowser's vehicle on. Alright, now why do I want Bowser's vehicle on? Because if I have the Dark Barrel Blaster, what'll inevitably happen is when we do the attack damage in this introduction, it's going to give the supercharged version. So that's that. However, note the gaping absence of what was once the cannon has now turned into a teleporter that takes us over there to our, elemental gates. Can't think of the guy's name now, new character, but you know what I'm talking about. So nonetheless, what we will do here, I guess, is go ahead and make our grand introduction here. So let me pull Hammer Slam Bowser, set him down on the shelf here. We'll pull the Dark Barrel Blaster, and I've got the Wii U portal on my desk, so it's a little odd and awkward. So there's the Clown Cruiser. We'll get it done.
Clown Cruiser.
Alright, and now here it comes for the first time ever. He's been on the pool table, but never the portal. Double checking, making sure he's in Skylander mode and not Amiibo mode. It is standard Turbocharge Donkey Kong. This is the guy. It's a weird deal. If I had to pick one version of Bowser, it would be Dark Hammer Slam Bowser. That's what I would want. If I had to pick one version of Donkey Kong, while I do think Dark Turbocharge looks good, I would want regular, because the bright yellow, the orange, the red, the way it all kind of blends together, that is what I've come to know and love of Donkey Kong. So kind of the bright, tropical jungle colors, if you will. So let's set him down on the portal, see his introduction here. Maybe. Oh yeah. So there he is. And note the kind of like the grassy area thing that was there. That was pretty cool. So first thing we will do while we're over here, I'll open up my spreadsheet. I've got it already. Just been waiting on Turbocharged Donkey Kong. We're gonna come in here. I might hit Xbox buttons, so bear with me, just like that. And, there's a good look at him. Let's go ahead and we'll do that in more detail here in a second. Is the brown fur kind of looks washed out, more of an orange here. It might just be because that's like really bright. I don't know that he looks like that elsewhere in the shadows, but he seems confused too. So let's go take a look at the stats. I'll try not to hit the B button because that's the Xbox A. If they would just adopt a uniform button layout, my life would be oh so easier. Nonetheless, his max health, box stock, not 390, it's 370. That is 50 less than Dark Turbocharged Donkey Kong. Bowser is 50 as well. Speed on Turbocharged Donkey Kong is 50. That matches exactly with his Dark counterpart. Armor 12, that is also a match. Critical hit is 2. Dark Turbocharged Donkey Kong has a +4 there. Elemental power, it doesn't register the two separately, so instead of being at +732, we're still registering 25, which is fine, it's box stock, but overall, Turbocharged Donkey Kong versus Dark Turbocharged Donkey Kong. With the Dark version, you gain 50 health and +4 critical hit. So it's by far the superior one statistically. For comparison, Bowser and Dark Bowser, you get +50 on the health and then +4 critical hit. So exact same bumps there. Let's take a look at Stealth Elf. Dark and Super Shot Stealth Elf, +50 on the health, and then +2 critical hit. So Bowser and DK both bumped an extra 2 on the critical hit percentage. And I still don't have regular Spitfire. So, you know, I can't really do much for you there. I could go by the strategy guide. I just don't trust it because I've had instances where it's been wrong before. But nonetheless, these are pretty respectable stats. The 370 for a life element character, you expect them to have higher health. And going across the board here, taking out our Dark counterparts, he's 370, Super Shot Stealth Elf 190, so roughly double the health for Turbocharged Donkey Kong versus Stealth Elf. 370 compares well everywhere. Smash hit clocks in at 350, steel plated at 400, so he's got a bit of an edge on him. But again, going standard to standard, DK's 370, pretty good. He's better than both versions of Jetpack by 80 over Legendary. I don't know if any of you care about this, but if I don't tell you these things, who will? Yeah, right now, if you go by, and granted, you know, you might have some freak deal where, I don't know, well, really, Trigger Happy has really low health. Unless Splat clocks in with like amazing health, or Eruptor, out of all the standard characters, at least the ones we have documented and introduced, Turbocharged Donkey Kong is the cream of the crop. So close second, Smash hit at 350, and then yeah, that's it. So he's got a considerable advantage here health-wise. But I guess while we're on the screen, let's go ahead. I'll let you gander at him here in the background as we spin him about. Turbocharged Donkey Kong, his biography. Let me make sure he's turning. Yes. Okay. Donkey Kong is a fun-loving powerhouse gifted with great strength and incredible agility. Are we turning him too fast? Let's just go max speed here. His insatiable curiosity and easygoing attitude led him to explore the rift that appeared in his native jungle and brought him to exciting new adventures in this world called Skylands. Donkey Kong's fearlessness and reflexes make him a welcome addition to the SuperChargers, and also the perfect driver for the Stuntacular Barrel Blaster vehicle. So, that's what you need to know about him. Again, eventually, I might actually read you, I've gotten permission to do this, I might read you the comic if you missed out on it. It's pretty good and it explains things quite nicely, so we will save our spreadsheet. We're going to pop out of here. Let's take a look at his upgrades so we'll know what to expect. Alright, primary attack is called the Primate Punch. Sounds like something you would drink, and it also sounds like it would hit hard, so press Y rapidly to perform melee attacks. Barrel Toss is our secondary one. We've got press A to throw your barrels at nearby enemies. If they get too close, you'll smash them with the barrel instead. So kind of a twofold deal. It's like a mid-range projectile plus a direct smash, if you will. So these next 4 are our base upgrades. We begin with Bongo Barrel. Press X rapidly to slam your barrel down and use it as a bongo. Use your bongos to damage nearby enemies. When you stop, your bongo will continue to play for a short time. Now, if some of you have been watching the SuperChargers research series and you're like, wait, I thought this was 400 coins. What's the deal? Is Nintendo ripping you off? No, in the Xbox version, I have all 10 Wing Sapphires, so we got the full 20% discount. And over here in Nintendo Land, we have 0 Wing Sapphire. So this is full price. It's just box stock, like this was the day one introduction, if you will. So up next, we've got Super Donkey Kong. Note that he's ripped the shirt and busted the whiskey barrel, or I guess banana barrel, in half there. 700. Hold Y to enter Super Donkey Kong mode. When in Super Donkey Kong mode, press X to stomp and A to do a barrel roll. So classic DK stuff here. Coming up next, we've got Barrels of Fun. What else would you expect? 900 coins is the price. Charge up A. That's interesting. So charge up A and release to be put into an arrow barrel. While in the barrel, you'll be able to aim around the level and shoot yourself, causing an explosion where you land. Now, what would have been over the top, and I don't expect this anywhere. Even I guess if they did a Donkey Kong themed level, one for him and Bowser. But if you could shoot yourself into the background in select situations and they hit like soul gems or wing sapphires or something, that would have been pretty cool. That's something that I thought kind of would have been neat if like DK and Bowser's soul gems were embedded in the game and like select instances, like Bowser's would be in a castle somewhere. DK you could like shoot off in a jungle level, and I don't know. Just a thought. So coming up next is Old School. Tap X in Super Donkey Kong mode to cause ladders and girders to fall from the sky. I think that's throwing it way back to the arcade days, so good times there, I'm sure. Now these path names, I honestly do not know. They're not in the strategy guide, so until we get the base upgrades bought, that's going to be top and bottom. So top path looks to address bongos and barrels. That might be what this is called for all we know, but it begins with boom barrels. Tapping A will now throw explosive barrels. Following that up, we've got explosive landing. Charge up A and release to be shot around in a barrel. In a barrel. That should be A, not an. At the end of the move, you'll now trigger a big explosion. Fantastic. Following that up, we've got Bongo Blast. Press X rapidly to start playing the bongos. Bongos that are left behind now explode. So that sounds pretty fun. It's something we kind of have to see and document to know what to fully expect. Coming down here, we've got Spiky Barrels. It looks like he's a big fan of this path. Tapping A will now throw Spiky Barrels. And that's actually, I guess, what the figures are holding. They're not super spiky like that, but they do have spikes on them, so we'll go ahead and say yes. Tapping A will now throw Spiky Barrels. Also, Super Donkey Kong mode will use spiked barrels to attack enemies. So cool deal there. Barrel Rolled is up next. Hold Y to enter Super Donkey Kong mode. Press A while in Super Donkey Kong mode to roll over nearby enemies in a huge spiked barrel. Last but not least, we've got Healthy Kong. Now, this is a big deal. Now, this is a very big deal. I'll probably give this to regular Donkey Kong, in fact. Unless, I don't know, we'll go by the base upgrades. But my thoughts are Dark Turbocharge DK already has the plus 50. And then this would benefit regular DK. But regenerate health while in Super Donkey Kong mode. So that plays in nicely. Either path we take, we get the Soul Gem, and it's Diddy you call. Tap X to build up a power meter. When filled, you will call in Diddy Kong to fly around on his jetpack and attack nearby enemies. This might be my most anticipated Soul Gem. I don't even care if it's minuscule damage. It's just going to be cool to see Diddy Kong in the game, in my opinion. At least, like in the game, not, tag team on the vehicle type deal. So, but that should be cool to check out. So, let's get out of here and let's hop. You know what? Let me show you this. Again, this used to be the cannon, and you can kind of pick where you went. Now it will take us to the elemental gate, which after chapter 6, it's water between 6 and 7. Or at least it is on my version.
Only a vehicle of the water
Ignore the legendary treasure. I've not, since I know how they Academy opens up for my Xbox One blind playthrough. I just wanted to throw everything down and have access to it, and then once we get access to the Academy, I'll kind of relocate everything. But primary attack, I believe the primate punch, it's the Y button. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you get the idea. Pretty impressive stuff. Let's get some numbers logged. 25, 35. I've documented this before with Dark Turbocharge Donkey Kong. Basically, 25 to 37 and then 35 to 53. Secondary attack. Looks like, let's check the range out. It got past Mags. It actually went over there into where Callie's at. So, pretty good range. Let's see if we can hit it from here. Yeah, that just hones in nicely. That might be max range though. Let's see if we can do a... Oh yeah, you see how it homes in right there? That's pretty cool. So it's also 25 to 37. Yet, if you get like a note, again we're throwing it. So that's actually a good shot at the barrel. So the barrel is not spiked like the figure has right now. But if we get close to it, instead of throwing it, he's gonna just like slam it down. I really like this. So here we go. Oh yeah, does the same damage, but it's just a cool animation. So kind of shows you what to expect. Let's, since we got it, let's show this these two attacks with some greebles, shall we? And for those of you wondering, Bowser and DK are probably going to be our next upgrades, so I'm pretty excited about them. So primary attack, let's just melee this figure. We might knock him out of the arena, I don't really care. We're just going to showcase this as all primary attack, and we wrecked that guy. And the Empire of Ice. Cha-ching. Alright. So I wondered if I placed that to where those crates would still spawn, and I guess we did. But now let's go all secondary attack here. So we're going to try to maintain our distance for, let's go 5 tosses. Nope, not sure if that was a toss. So there's 4, here's number 5. Now let's just slam this guy. Does knock him back a bit, you can stop him from hitting you. But there you go. Pretty clean, pretty fun. Again, the colors are fantastic here in my opinion. Let me go ahead, let's see if, make sure this is recording correctly. I've had some issues here lately. Yeah. Let me, just for bonus content here for you, since we've got him, and it took a long time. Thank you, Archaic Shipping Toys R Us. We're going to throw this in now. Elite Voodoo is available. Good lord, he's expensive. And my local store didn't have him. And I'm not surprised, so note the grass there. But this is Dark Turbocharge Donkey Kong. He's level 2, that's why his health is skewed a bit. If you were like, you lied about his health. You said he was plus 50 and he's more than that. Anyway, let's get a Greeble in here so you can kind of check things out here. He seems a bit quicker, doesn't he, on his attacks? I don't know, maybe it's just the angle we're at. And then, of course, if we go barrel toss, you can kind of have some fun here. So I bet there's some good hats. It seems like in the past there was like, what was it? SSA and Giants? Maybe SWAT Force, I remember getting it. I called it like the Chiquita Banana Lady hat. And, it's just like a whole bunch of fruit, you know, kind of like one of those stereotypical fruit hats. I don't know, that's what I grew up with seeing. It was always like the Chiquita Banana Lady hat. And granted, I have not seen a Chiquita Banana commercial in forever, but they used to come on the TV when I was little. And I remember there was that lady wearing that ridiculous hat. That might be something, if it has decent stats, I might stick it on regular Donkey Kong. But nonetheless, that was that. This is introduction number 4. I know it's coming in like at the number 22 slot or so, but what I'll do, I'm going to title it number 4. I saved a spot for it, so it'll be number 4. If you're like, wait, why is this out of order? That's why it's technically in order. I'll just put it in place in the playlist, and if you noticed, we jumped from 3 to 5, and I said why. It's because we're waiting on regular Turbocharge Donkey Kong. So that said, he is here. I'm excited. Cool news. With Turbocharge and Dark Turbocharge, Hammer Slam and Dark Hammer Slam Bowser, I can showcase both paths to you. We don't have to switch. We can do them all at once. I just have to grind out the coins. So that's what I will be working on, among some other cool things I can't talk about just yet. But definitely stay tuned. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. You can follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. I felt like I should put standard turbocharged Donkey Kong back on. But that's better, isn't it? It would be confusing if you skipped to the end and saw Dark Turbocharged Donkey Kong. And for those that do that, they'll never know that we had him on the portal. Allowed bonus content. So, nonetheless, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know, which one do you prefer and why? Are the extra stats worth it if you prefer the aesthetics of standard turbocharged Donkey Kong, or do you just go all dark all the time? I've got some polls up on the Skylander Club forum addressing just that issue, turbocharged Donkey Kong versus dark turbocharged Donkey Kong. SkylanderClub.com, scroll down to polls and discussion. If you skim through there, you can find a ton of different polls, including one for Bowser and Dark Bowser. But cast your vote if you want to chime in here with which one you prefer and why. Feel free to do that in the comments section. Anybody can vote. You do not have to be registered on the forum to vote, so keep that in mind. Tell your friends about it, get them to vote. Again, the goal is to have as many people active as possible so we get the best sample of data we can possibly obtain. That's it for myself and Turbocharged Donkey Kong. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully he was worth the wait. I think he was. And like I said, we're going to go grind out some coins to get these guys ready for upgrades. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I will see you back for more Skylanders SuperChargers.